Hello, welcome to Newspaper Breakdown, 25th of the 10th today. Main problem that I've been facing with the newspaper breakdown and really all the stuff with this is that the news has basically stopped. I like to do news on policy. That's where I get most of my material from for my stand-up. I like to talk about policy, what's actually happening. That's where I get my material. And because of how our government has been for ages, news and policy has basically stopped. So we're going over and over, not even a paper today, because I'm not feeling fantastic, so I couldn't be fucked to go out and get one. So it's internet. So we've got Liz Truss doing her final speech. So if everyone watched that, seemingly about a different PM. That was fun. I do not know who she's fucking talking about because she said how she was decisive and quick. Really went on. Not mentioning that she U-turned on literally everything that she did. She ended up saying that we needed more tax cuts, which is everything you need to know about Liz Truss. It's a woman who has not learned, because the tax cuts were the reason that she lost her job. Because she destroyed everything. Everything came in, she said, right, what we're going to do is unfunded tax cuts quickly and blow up the fucking markets. And she managed that bit, if that was her plan. So she'd come out in her final speech and ended with, and we need more tax cuts, proving that she learnt nothing. Absolutely nothing. I mean, she spoke about the benefits of Brexit. Well, she didn't. That's a lie. She said the phrase benefits of Brexit. But you'll notice that everyone who says that, they never elaborate. Ever. Don't matter if you're ERG, doesn't matter if you're Jacob Rees-Mogg, Liz Truss, doesn't matter if you're writing in the Telegraph, the Mail, the Sun, anything. Benefits of Brexit is just 3 words, and they never elaborate on it because there's nothing to elaborate on. There are no benefits of Brexit. It was a terrible idea. Whoever voted for it's a fucking idiot. And those who still agree with it, because there are many who don't want it, even though they voted for it in the first place, because of the constant lies and everything else. We don't have the time or the care or the patience to go through every mad bollock that was. But the people who are still for it, what we've created is a new religion at this point, and it feels very much like the start of a religion. Like not where we are now with religion, where the majority of people are very just on their own and it doesn't affect, and you've still got the crazy bastards who seemingly push it into everything. We're at the very early stages where it's still like if you're against it, then you get shot. Madness. What I think we need is for all political speeches, because Sunak spoke afterwards, and what we require is if you've ever played Guitar Hero, I never have, but I watched someone play it the other day. At the end, there is an accuracy screen. How accurate you are. We need that, but for political speeches. And so, because what would have happened is after Truss's, she would have got an F. And then we could ask her, well, you lied about all of this. You are completely inaccurate for everything you were saying. Why? So we finished with Sunak. Sunak spoke. He spoke about the need for integrity and accountability, which is very good of him. When he became PM yesterday, he didn't take any questions from journalists, and he only spoke to Tory MPs in a closed house, which doesn't scream either integrity or accountability. Of course, he isn't elected. There is a claim, and I've gone through this before, that the Tories were elected. in 2019. It wasn't Boris Johnson, it was the Tories, and that you can argue that is a fine argument. However, the third leader of the Tory party suggests that you do not have the ability to you do not have the trust of your own party, which suggests that you can't run a government, which means you should have an election. He also claimed that he's going to earn our trust, which is good. Nice of him. I mean, it's the same thing they all say constantly, forever, and they never do. Because Sunak straight after went on to praise Boris Johnson. If you want to earn our trust and then start praising Boris Johnson, that's like saying how you're going to protect our children and then praising Ian Huntley. It suggests you don't actually mean what you're saying. The speech was, of course, a lot of empty promises and buzzwords, growth, and we're going to deliver, and all of this horse shit. No how. We don't need how. Of course, we've got the same old stuff. It's going to be tough. It is going to be difficult. There's going to be a lot of things that are going to be said. We all need to do this together, except, of course, the multi-millionaire. He's going to be fine. Now, of course, Sunak, with all the trust and accountability, he was fine for Partygate. It's important to remember that. Final bit of news, because this is it. There isn't any actual get your teeth into news. You've got people being shot that I can't be bothered to fucking talk about. You've got Ukraine bringing in UN nuclear investigators into a place that was said to be safe a month ago. But it's all just, Christ. So finally, we'll stick to the UK for the final upbeat piece of news. Price of pasta, tea and chips and cooking oil soared. Vegetable oil going up as much as 65% in a year. This comes from the Office of National Statistics. It comes from one of their many reports, and this is the price of budget food in supermarkets have risen by 17% in the year to September. Inflation, of course, 10.1% up to a 40-year high. And so you've got almost half of the adults who pay energy bills and 30% paying rent or mortgages say these are difficult to afford. This is the cost of living. Now, you could have a look at the many different ways you can solve this. Tax cuts, as it's claimed, but tax cuts aren't going to help because you've got nothing. Unless you put money into the economy is not going to grow. You can't just keep cutting and cutting and cutting and cutting and cutting because you've got nothing else to cut. Not only do you have nothing else to cut, but if you put money into services, there's a chance of us getting some money back. You can grow the economy by the government putting money actually back in. So you've got, if the government were going to build more houses, you'd get more jobs, you'd get more affordable houses, people would be able to afford stuff, people would be working, people would be able to put money into the economy. Creating jobs is the important thing at that point, and the government can do that. We have many different parts of the government that make money. It's one of the major problems you've got with privatising everything. You privatise everything, you've got nothing to make fucking money from, and then you're giving subsidies to the companies that that are privatising so they can always make a profit. Seems mad. But then you've got the free market people who want to screw everyone over and don't want to work. I want a government that's willing to put some fucking effort in. Austerity is just a government being lazy, going, oh no, we don't actually want to do any work. We'll give it to private people, pay them, make sure they've got some fucking profit all of the time, and screw everyone else over. Because if private companies were going to run everything, there should be in the contract that they have to continually upgrade. You have to keep a standard of service, and we do not have that. We should have it in every contract that the government sells. You have to give a certain level of service to the people. And if you don't do it, we get it back. That's really all the fucking news. Have a look. Today's news. What have we got? Trust Sunak. Trust Sunak. Trust Sunak. We're going to witness a partial eclipse of the sun by the moon, which isn't as world-ending as you want it to be. And that's it. It's all Truss and Sunak. That's the news. That's everything. That is everything. There's no policy. There's nothing actually happening. There's nothing going in. There's no growth. There's no thought. There's no ideas. It's just these bastards constantly. So hopefully there's some fun stuff for tomorrow. Well, I hope you have a good day. Bye.